to Big Jim Crochet, or if you're new here, just welcome in general. I'm glad you're here. So you may have noticed that the past few weeks I haven't really been uploading all that much, and I kind of just needed a bit of a break. If you've been keeping up with me and my past videos, I've been kind of in like market mode since July, and that is just a lot of work, a lot of crocheting and creating that I have to do, and I'm just feeling a little bit burnt out. So I took a bit of a break, went on a trip, saw my friends all over the country, which was really great and really refreshing. And so I'm really glad to be back today, finally creating some content again, which I love doing, and also crocheting. As you can see, I have a giant Joann's bag right here. I just got back from Joann's shopping their Black Friday doorbuster sales, and I wanted to show you everything that I got and what I am planning to do with the yarn and other things that I got, because I love it when people show me things that they buy. Do you guys ever do you ever like come home after shopping and you show like whoever you live with the clothes that you bought? So it could be like showing your parents or, you know, your friends or something like that. I love doing that, and I always do that whenever I come home from any kind of shopping, really. My mom is a crafter, so she's always my go-to person to be like, hey, let me show you what I got at Joann's. I wanted to share that with you two because we're all crafters here. And also I'm going to tell you about my future projects ahead, which I'm going to try and vlog those projects, like actually record my process of it. I haven't been very good at that lately because I've really only been making market products, and when you're making like a mass amount of the same chicken over and over and over again, it's hard to find that process to be interesting. So I'm like, well, why would I film me making this chicken because I've made like 20 of them? Like, it's not interesting to me anymore, so then I just forget to film it. But these projects that I have planned next are actually going to be challenging things that I have never done before. At least one of them is definitely going to be that, and I'm just really excited for them in general because I haven't been excited about my crochet projects in a long time, just because of market prep, all of that. I just get bored of making the same thing over and over again. I'm more of a one piece and done kind of person. So yes, that's what these projects are going to be. Let's go ahead and get into it. And before we do, make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I think about like 90% of my viewers are users who haven't subscribed yet, but have watched multiple of my videos. So hey, if that's you, subscribe, so that way my videos will actually pop up in your feed and not just on your recommended page. Yeah, so subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I got, oh man, this one came undone a little bit as I was bringing it home. Okay, but I got this Wool Ease Lion brand yarn. This is the thick and quick version of the Wool Ease in the rouge pattern in the rouge color. Yes, I got this. So I have 5 of these. I got 5 5 of these pink ones. Okay, I'm making a big project here because that's not even all the yarn. And I also got this other Woolies thick and quick. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but it's this lovely cream color, and it has some gold tinsel in it, like just one strand of gold tinsel. The cream and gold color combo is always going to be my favorite. I am always going to pick that for any outfit that I ever wear. If I can do a cream and gold color combo, I will be doing that. So when I found this, I was like, I have to buy it immediately, because so today's Monday and Black Friday is on Friday, and so I knew that come Black Friday these were going to be bought up, and there was like, I think there was 8 of them or something like that in stock, and I have a big project with these. So I was like, I need to buy all of them. I didn't. I left 3. I left 3 behind for whoever else that might, you know, need it. But yes, I'm very, very excited to use this. So I also got 5 of these ones too. Can you guess what I'm making with all this yarn? I'm making a blanket with this yarn. So I'm not exactly sure what the plan is going to be. Hopefully you can see all of this yarn. There's 10 skeins here in front of me. But I know that the blanket is going to be pink and this cream gold color. Oh, which I never said the color of this. It's called Starlight. It's the Wool Ease Thick and Quick Starlight color. So I'm not exactly sure like what blanket I'm going to make with this, but I am going to make a blanket. That's a project that I haven't done in a really long time because blankets are a really big time commitment. But I have just been like really craving to do a project that will take me a long time, that like I will have to spend a lot of time on it, but also that's like simple enough, but something that's exciting. Like I'll be able to use this blanket afterwards or decorate with the blanket. You know, I'm all about having a fashionable little throw on the side of the couch or on a chair or something like that. And it doesn't exactly go with the theme of my room. I'm sure you can see, which, yeah, by the way, I'm in my room this week, not my craft room, which is where I usually am if you've seen any of my other videos, but I don't know, today was just a film in your room kind of day. This is also a really impromptu video. I was not planning on filming something when I got home from Joann's, but I just felt that spark of creativity. I was like, yep, I'm gonna go film a little Joann's haul and talk about my future projects with all of the yarn that I got. So yeah, that's why I'm in my room today. That was a really long side note to tell you in unimportant detail. But yes, I'm in my room today. But the colors of my room are, you can see my walls are sage green, and you might see the throw that I'm sitting on is another crochet blanket that I made, and it's very earth tony. My room is basically green, beige, and a burnt orange theme to it. So a pink and white blanket is not exactly going to fit in here, but I think it's just nice to have a really cozy blanket. And you never know, maybe somewhere else that I'll live in the future, I'll have a room for this blanket, or I don't know. I just think it will be a fun blanket to have, and yeah, not everything has to match my room. I can just make something with fun colors just because I want to. So yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking I'm either gonna do something with like stripes or like a really textured stitch, or I'm going to do something with granny squares. Now I know those are like really 3 different paths that this blanket could go, but I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards granny squares. I think that might be fun. And if I do like the traditional granny squares where it's like clusters of 3, those squares usually leave like a lot of like big gaps in between the clusters, which is totally like, that's just how those squares are. But with a blanket, ideally you don't want to have a bunch of little holes in it. So I was thinking if I did do a classic granny square, whether it be one huge square or a bunch of small ones sewn together, I could go get some fleece at Joann's and sew it onto the back of the blanket that I crochet. So yeah, those are kind of my ideas. I am making a blanket. I'm just not exactly sure what path I'm going to go down. I don't know. I think it'll probably be stripes or some granny square thing, like a checkered granny square blanket. I think that would be really cute. Just pink and white squares all over, and then maybe some like fleece on the back, or I don't know. I'll probably go with the pink and white squares or something like that. Yes. I don't know, we'll see, but this is all for a blanket. And then I have one more yarn item, one more yarn project, and then I have a sewing project in here too, which I know this is a crochet channel, but also I've been dabbling in sewing a little bit. I got my own sewing machine this year. I have a Singer heavy duty, the gray one. I can't remember the numbers of it, but it's just basic Singer heavy duty sewing machine, and I've just been testing it out a little bit. I'm a very new sewist, I guess, you could say. And so I've been making like little projects, and so I'll talk about that in a second. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. We can talk about sewing when I'm showing you that. But then I got this yarn. This is really boring, I know. And this is just the Caron 1 pound yarn. I got 2 of them. Now in person, I mean, compared to like, if you compare the Starlight in the Woolies versus this Caron 1 pound, this one's definitely like white and this one's definitely cream, but this white is a bit creamy in person. It has a bit of a warm tint to it. So it's not like a cold white, it's a warm white, if that makes any sense. But I got 2 of the Caron 1 pounds, just in the white color, very basic. I got these because I really need a white knit sweater. I'm not planning to knit anything, but that is just the inspiration. You know, just the basic white knit sweaters that everyone seems to have with like cables on it. I don't have that. I don't have any white sweaters. I don't even think I have like white long sleeves, but I want a sweater like made out of yarn, fancy stitch, all that kind of stuff. So I really wanted to do that. There's a pattern that I found on Pinterest because I don't know how to knit. Knitting's not really my forte. Well, okay, well, I do know how to knit. I've knit a blanket. Well, I've made a couple of blankets and I know how to knit in the round, but knitting just does not work well with my brain. I think I have a crochet brain. And so when it comes to understanding how to make things in crochet, absolutely. I know the structure. I know what I need to do to get certain shapes. It just makes more sense to me because like you're working in each stitch and each stitch is like not connected to the other. So here's what I'm trying to say is you can take the crochet hook out and your project is still fine. Like it exists on its own and it's not falling apart. But with the knitting, it's just a lot more structured to it because you can't take the needles out, and trying to fix a stitch is complicated. And you know what? If someone is watching this, like if you're watching this and you're a knitter, I know those are probably like the easiest things to fix or the easiest things to think about, but my brain just does not get it. I don't know. I haven't done all that much learning into it, but when I try and comprehend it on my own, just as a fiber artist, trying to figure out, okay, well, how would they construct that with knitting? No idea. It baffles me. It's its own art and skill. So long story short, I'm not going to be knitting a sweater with cables, but I'm going to crochet a sweater with cables. Now, this is something new that I never knew that people could do. I thought cables were only a knit thing that you could do, and typically they are. Cables are from knitting, I believe. Well, to explain cables, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know what a cable is because you're probably a fiber artist too. But a cable is when like there's the design on the sweater and it has like some kind of braid or some kind of design where it shows the stitches are like weaving in and out of each other, or maybe they're doing like they're making diamonds or something like that. Yeah, so that's what a cable is, that kind of design. And I really want to do that with crochet, and I've seen some other crochet artists make cable sweaters, and so I looked up to find a crochet cable sweater pattern on Pinterest, and I found this really cute one. I'll link it in the description below. I think it's just perfect for a basic white sweater to make. It's not knit, just a basic white crochet sweater, but it's going to look like a knit sweater. Yeah, I'm excited to learn something new. That will be a technique that I have never tried. I've never knit. Why do I keep saying knit? I've never crocheted cables. I definitely haven't knit cables either. I only know how to do the stockinette stitch. That's it for knit. But I definitely have not crocheted cables or anything like that. And I think it might be a little tricky. I'm not sure, but I am up for the challenge. Just with market prep and everything like that, I've just been making very simple, very basic projects over and over and over again, and my brain likes challenges and it likes puzzles, and I think that crocheting cables in a sweater would definitely be a challenging puzzle for me to figure out. So I'm excited about that, and hopefully I get to wear it during the winter season too. It's gonna be really cold where I am soon. So yeah, that's the vision I have, but I will be getting started on that shortly. So I'll also share it on Instagram. You'll probably see a lot of daily updates for these projects that I'm working on my Instagram, because I share on my stories there. Typically every day. It's been a bit different since I've been on a break for the past couple of weeks, but now that I have some fun projects that I'm working on and showing you, I will be updating my Instagram a bit more with whip pics and talking about the pattern. You'll just see the whole process. So if you're not following me on Instagram already, definitely do that. It's at Big Dream Crochet on Instagram. The link is always in the description of any of my YouTube videos. So that's where you can find it, or you can just search Big Dream Crochet and I'll pop up. But yes, that's what I'm doing with this yarn. And now that's all of the yarn things that I bought at Joann's. Okay, so now these other two things. I don't know how much I should talk about this because I'm making a Christmas present with this yarn, but I'm not sure the present receiver is going to watch this video in time for them to see it before. Well, I'm not going to say who it's for. Could be for anybody. Anyways, okay, so this is the last item. We're going to talk about sewing a little bit because that is something new, and I think that a lot of fiber artists probably have some bit of interest in sewing, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm working on really quick, just in case you're interested. So I got these two fabrics. One of them is like red with a little bit of black blending in there and some like gold spots too. So that's this one. I just got 1 yard of this. And then I got this cool marble like gray and black fabric. I want to show you the design. I think it's really cool. I really like the texture of it, but this is what it looks like. And one of my first ever sewing projects that I made with my new machine is an apron, but a reversible apron. So there's 2 sides to it. Now I made my apron with a watermelon print and then a flower print for summer and fall, because I just think that's really cute to have a little apron that matches the seasons. And I do a lot of cooking, so I wear my apron all the time, and why not just be festive with it, you know, celebrate the season that we're in. So that's mine. This one isn't necessarily tied to the seasons because it's just black and red. I just wanted to make this apron reversible for the person who is going to receive it, and I think they'll like these colors too. So yes, that's what I'm making. I just found some pattern on Etsy that I printed out for this apron. It's very basic. It ties up here and ties in the back around there. So just like any basic apron, it's not fancy or whatever. It's just very simple, but it gets the job done, and I really like mine. I like how everything's kind of adjustable. So yeah, that's what I'm making with that fabric, and that's it for my Joann's haul. What are you up to? Have you been crocheting anything, or maybe did you also go Black Friday shopping and you want to share what projects you got stuff for, please do so in the comments. I reply to pretty much every single comment on one of my videos. I really like talking with you and connecting with fellow crafters on this platform, on YouTube, and all of that. So definitely share that in the comments. Tell me what you're up to, what you got yarn for, etc. And I will be back with another video soon. I have a market in, I think, like 2 weeks or like 13 days. It's like just under 2 weeks. Yesterday was 2 weeks on Saturday. And so I'll be making a video about that process too. It will be my third market and my last market of the year, which I am very excited to be done with markets. I feel like I've just been in this grind of markets for the past 6 months, and I've only done 3 markets. I know some crochet artists do markets like every single weekend, but I am not built for that. I don't know how they do it. I just applaud them and appreciate their efforts, because so much work goes into showing up and selling at markets, and I've had my fair share of it, and I'm ready to be done and not do a market for a while. But my next market is in about 2 weeks. I'll of course be filming what I made at my market, but like the results of my market, and also probably a market prep video, even though I'm not making anything else for market prepping. I'm kind of like on strike right now. I'm just not making anything before my next market because it's my last one. I'll just sell the stuff that I already have, which I have a ton of stuff, so no big deal. Anyways, we can talk about that in my next video, why I didn't make a ton of stuff. Make sure, if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video if you liked this video, if you like yarn, if you like Joann's, if you like shopping. That's what this video was about. Go ahead, press the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next couple of weeks with a market video. So I'll see you then.